On today's Live Daily News, 23 dogs are still set to be killed Thursday at the San Angelo Animal Shelter without your help. 2 local men have been arrested in separate assault cases, and a school board trustee needs your votes to win a statewide honor. All that and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a minute, but first, business in 2024 requires a reliable, fast internet connection, and let me let you in on a little secret. When San Angelo Live launched the extensive live studio video content initiative, we shopped around for the fastest, most reliable fiber network in San Angelo and found Conterra Networks. We are connected to the internet via Conterra's 1 gig up and 1 gig down fiber internet. Conterra Networks provides access to a business-oriented network. That means to bring you to this live stream, we aren't competing with your kids' downloads of those 3 gig large game downloads for a Nintendo Switch. We require serious internet to broadcast live to 5 major platforms like YouTube and Facebook. If you're in business, you're serious like us, and that means you need a serious internet connection. Call Todd Smith at Conterra Networks to get serious about your internet at 325-716-8340. That's ConterraNetworks.com, where you can call the Conterra guy on his cell for a no-obligation quote. Todd Smith, 325-716-8340. The top story today, the San Angelo Animal Shelter is on the verge of euthanizing 23 dogs now because of irresponsible pet owners. Since yesterday, 2 dogs have been placed since that Facebook post Monday night. 23 dogs will be euthanized Thursday by 6 p.m. unless they are adopted, fostered, or transferred to another shelter. This shelter crisis is caused completely by irresponsible pet owners in San Angelo. Nothing we've tried seems to work. It's time for an all-out ban on dog breeding of any kind in San Angelo. Stay tuned for our exclusive interview with Jeannie Wilson out at the Concho Valley Paws in just a few minutes. In other news, a San Angelo man was arrested for pulling a knife during a fight in a North San Angelo home Monday. According to police reports, 44-year-old Jonathan Stewart was arrested by San Angelo police at a residence where witnesses say he pulled a switchblade knife during a fight. He was eventually arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Stewart was released from jail after posting $75,000 bond. You can read more on that story at sanangelolive.com. Also, the family shelter of San Angelo is currently facing an urgent need this holiday season for donated items to supply its emergency assistance programs. The shelter is in need of paper and plastic goods, including paper plates, bowls, cups, utensils, and especially 39-gallon trash bags. They are also in urgent need of ground beef for preparing meals for residents. And a San Angelo man is behind bars charged with sexually assaulting a woman at his home after meeting her on Facebook. According to police reports today, 25-year-old Martin Fuentes was arrested by police December 15th after an altercation at his home on 37th Street. Fuentes allegedly met the woman on Facebook, picked her up, and made her drive his car back to his house. When they got there, he allegedly attempted to sexually assault her. Fuentes was arrested and charged with the assault. Read more about that on sanangelolive.com as well. And San Angelo Independent School District Board Trustee Bill Dendle has been nominated for a statewide honor from the high school football magazine Dave Campbell's. Dendle is a longtime supporter of SAISD sports and athletics, especially for Lakeview High School. You can vote for Bill Dendle on the link in the story at sanangelolive.com. Turning to weather, look for cloudy and mild conditions prevailing in the Concho Valley through tomorrow with rain chances moving in. Look for a 40% chance of rain Thursday with a 20% chance Thursday night. Then there'll be a bit of a lull. Then the next rain chance will be Saturday where there is a 40% chance of rain during the day and a 50% chance of rain Saturday night. The rain moves out of the area by Christmas Eve. Look for overnight temps in the 50s and afternoon highs in the 60s to around 70 degrees. For right now, it looks like Christmas Day will be warm and dry. And stay with us. We'll have that interview with Jeannie Wilson, followed by sports. We'll be right back after this word from the Bass Bunch.
You'll love this all-new 24 Ford Mustang with a 10-speed select shift transmission. That's fancy tech talk for it's a really cool car.
Right now, you can get a brand new 2024 Ford Mustang for just $33,999.
That's a great.
Several high school basketball teams from around the Concho Valley saw action last night. The Central Bobcats defended their home court against Lubbock Coronado in San Angelo. A strong performance from Christian English and Colin Albright powered the Bobcats to a 60-42 victory. The Cats improved to 15-3 on the season and returned to action in Lubbock against Trinity Christian on January 2nd. Cover One's James Bellini covered the Cristobal Lady Cougars' 65-22 win over El Dorado before heading back to San Angelo, where the TLCA Eagles took down Jim Ned in a district matchup 43-37. District play begins for most teams in the Concho Valley after the holidays, so stay tuned for the Cover One crew to bring all the updates once district begins. And of course, for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/sports.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we gonna handle all this? What are we gonna do? And they called Carpet Tech, and they were here within 20 minutes. One of my questions was, yes, it needs to happen, but how does it need to happen for the insurance? That was all handled, and so that was another load off of my shoulders and made me feel like we were in good hands.
If you have been injured, call J. Chandler Law. You want an honest partner who will tell it to you straight. A proven advocate right here in town. Together, let's hold them accountable.
Okay, we're here with Jeannie Wilson with Valley Paws. You have 25 dogs that are on a list to be euthanized. And it's the holidays. We kind of talked that you're kind of worried that people might not be able to get here and adopt. Just talk about this list real quick and talk about these dogs that need to get adopted.
Well, you know, Concho Valley Paws is a separate entity from the San Angelo Animal Shelter, but we have worked together as partners for years, facilitating adoptions. So a euthanasia list is not new to us. We have been very blessed and very fortunate that every euthanasia list that's been issued because of space, we've been able to clear. We've been able to save everyone on it. But unfortunately, this week we got our biggest list, and it's all large breed dogs. And so it's been very concerning. We've never had a list of 25, and we've never had a list of predominantly pit bull and pit bull mixes. So it narrows our adoption pool a little bit. But every dog on this list is amazing. All of these dogs have been in play group, supervised play group, and they've done well. They're good with families, they love people, and they all deserve better than this. And so it's really a horrible timing. I mean, it's supposed to be the most joyful part of the year, and we're very, very worried that Thursday, which is tomorrow, 25 of our friends next door are going to take, well, we've adopted out 4, so 21 of our friends next door could potentially take their last breath on Thursday at 5. So we're urgently asking San Angelo to get involved and help. Everyone on our staff has taken home animals. We all have fosters. Some of us have very special need fosters. When I say we're at capacity, we're at capacity. Our foster homes are full, our staff's homes are full, our new facility is full, and then the city shelter is full. So we are literally begging our community to step up and get involved. Nobody wants to see these animals go down, and everybody can talk about it, but what we need people to do is actually show up and be the reason one of these dogs gets saved.
All right, and that's another thing I was going to talk about was you've adopted 4 out. It seems this list came out a couple days ago,
Yes.
and you've already adopted 4 out. Mm-hmm. You know, do you feel that there's maybe? I know that we've never. You said that since 2018 you've never had a list this big, and you know, kind of talk about that real quick about.
Yeah. So generally when we get a euthanasia list for space from the shelter, we're looking at 8 animals, 6 to 8 animals, and there's usually a pretty good mix. This time it's all long stays and they're all bully mixes, and it's 25. So the shelter population just kind of exploded. All it takes is a couple of seizure cases and a bad day of intake, and we hit that maximum capacity mark, and that mark is set by the City of San Angelo management, and shelter management cannot exceed it. And so that's what we're trying to get down below. So that's why that number is 25. That's why it's higher, because she's actually right at 200 animals right now next door at the city shelter.
Right. And do you feel that even if you don't get the dogs that are on the euthanasia list adopted, do you feel that if you adopt out so many dogs that there may be a discussion that could be had that might, maybe stave off this, euthanasia until next week or the week after, or maybe get rid of it altogether?
So when the mandate was put in place to put a capacity number on the animals at the shelter, the process has always been for whoever is on the list, if they are not adopted, they will be euthanized. So for example, if we get a list of 8, we adopt out 8 different dogs. If we didn't adopt out the 8 on that list, they would be destroyed. And so that is what we're anticipating with this list. But we are encouraging people, if you can't take a bully breed, come and adopt. Take a pet that you are comfortable taking into your home, and then we will advocate for these dogs. We will have a conversation with city management and see if they would allow us more time, if indeed we are able to move 25, 30 dogs out of the shelter, create that space. Logically I can't see why they wouldn't, but I can't speak for them. But it is our hope that maybe that would be a conversation we could have, but we have to move at least 25 animals regardless.
All right.
But our focus is the 25 animals on the euthanasia list, because we are unsure of how that decision would go.
And just how do people get? How do they get on this? How do they get in here to get it? Do they just come out here? Can they call you on the phone to get it started? How do people get started with the adoption process? Or is fostering even a potential, lifesaver for some of these dogs?
Absolutely, we would love to have fosters, but we need committed fosters, and I really emphasize that word committed, because fostering isn't just coming and taking a dog home and then throwing your hands up when it becomes a challenge. Because anytime you take a pet into your home, it's a bit of a challenge. They're so much like children. I know that that's kind of taboo. You shouldn't compare pets with children, but in many ways they are. They have to be trained. They require patience and understanding. And so that's what we are looking for in foster. So we're looking for someone who's committed to taking one of these dogs home and fostering it, because if they take it home for a day and bring it back, we're in the same boat. So we're looking for committed fosters. We're looking for committed adopters. But if you foster, the great thing about fostering is you're saving this life. You're creating space for another dog in the shelter. So you're ultimately saving 2 lives. We, Contra Valley Paws, provides for all the vet care, all the food, supplies that you will need for that pet, and we're here to help you the entire way. Something I want people to know also is we were very blessed this morning. Love and Leash's training, Felicia Bruno, has offered free training, obedience training, for any of these long stay dogs that are adopted, because we know that sometimes is a little bit of a deterrent for adopters, as they're afraid that these dogs are too unruly, they're not trained, they're big, they're hard to handle. So if that's your concern, you get free training if you adopt one of these 25, and we are so grateful. They are such amazing trainers, and so that comes with it too. And all of these dogs are available for free to adopt. So, and that includes their spay neuter, their vaccinations, their microchip. We're doing everything we can to set them up for success.
And how does someone go about getting one of these dogs?
So our application is online at cvpaws.org, but we really encourage you to come down. We're here until 6 today and from 12 to 6 tomorrow. Come down, fill out the application, meet the dogs. You don't really realize how amazing they are until you interact with them, until you get to see them interact with other pets. They're all good dogs, great temperament, great family dogs. They deserve better, and we want to get them out of here so they don't die for Christmas.
All right, this has been Jeannie Wilson with Contra Valley Paws.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kanos at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
And that's our show for today. Be sure and join us again tomorrow for more. Merry Christmas from the team here at San Angelo Live. See you tomorrow.